And welcome to this afternoon taste challenge. We have two American blended whiskeys, both at 80 proof and both at a 75 to 25 blend ratio. 75% grain neutral spirits, 25% straight whiskeys. Okay, so one is famous, the other one is not at all. This is Seagram 7 Crown. Most people call it Seagram 7. American blended whiskey, introduced in 1934. It's one of the top 10 best-selling whiskeys in the United States. I go to a lot of bars. No, I don't go to a lot of bars, but I get invited to go. But I'm going to one soon. But because my cousin is graduating from college. But she was telling me about this place. So I was looking at their website, and they got this listed under Canadian whiskeys. And it's so common that American bar rooms will list this as a Canadian whiskey. It is not Canadian. It has never been Canadian. And they'll put it right alongside Seagram's VO. So if I go to that place soon, I'm going to tell them, that's not Canadian. It's got a crown. It's got nothing to do with Canada. It's just, I don't know why it's got 7 crowns. Probably something to do with Kabbalah or something like that, considering the ownership until they went out of business in the year 2000. Okay. They had 2 owners, Joseph Seagrams. Then he died in the 1920s. So then another family took it over, and they ran it till they blew it up, basically mismanaging it into oblivion in the year 2000. So this is owned by Diageo today, Guinness Beer Company. Guinness. That's Diageo. No, Diageo did not buy Guinness. Diageo is Guinness. All right. Anyway, 75% grain neutral spirits, blended and bottled by the 7 Crown Distilling Company. Yeah, sure. It's really Midwest grain products. And that's brown writing with gold, khaki. No, that's not khaki. Gold, cream. Yeah. Gold, cream, and red. Brown, gold, cream, and red. Beautiful bottle. One of the best looking. Oh, my goodness. Hold on. Hello? Oh, I was actually doing a live hangout. Can I call you back, or is it an emergency? No. 91. All right, well, I'll call you back after this. All right, bye. I was like telling my father, what is it, an emergency? No, he didn't. He wanted to know if I knew that. All right, I shouldn't laugh. Did I know that Angie Dickinson died? I did not know that. I used to watch Police Woman. I remember my father's first cousin, but he was more my age. My father's sister and his first cousin were more my age. And we were watching that one night, and he was like, how come every time she shoots somebody at the end of the show, she cries? He noticed this formula. Shoot somebody and cries. All right. Seagram 7 Crown. One of the best looking whiskey bottle labels in the world. On their website, they show this. I wish I could do screen share, but they don't let you do that anymore. They used to a long time ago. Alluring, clean, and crisp with a hint of citrus. Smooth, sweet taste. Creamy vanilla finish. Seagram 7 Crown is an American icon, true. With a rich heritage, true. A blended American whiskey, true. Seagram 7 Crown is carefully blended and aged in oak. Now, they're claiming they blended and aged it in oak. But I think it's just oak-aged whiskeys that are blended with the neutral spirits and then bottled. But smooth, sweet taste and vanilla creamy vanilla finish. Seagram 7 Crown is approachable and smooth taste. Okay, what else do they make? Crown Dark Honey, 7 Crown Dark Honey, Seagram 7 Crown Apple. I've got a bottle of that. They're not showing the, there's a cinnamon one, whatever they call it, spicy cinnamon. I see it at the store. I know they make it. Hector Lopez says, hi, Ronald. Hello, Hector. Or could be leftover bottles, but I think they still make it. All right. Iron Wheel, Kentucky blended whiskey made with American grown corn. If it's Kentucky blended whiskey, it has to be from Kentucky, okay? There's no leeway on that. Seagram 7 Crown says American whiskey. So legally, the whiskey could come from any state. They could change tomorrow and bring it in from Rhode Island, and it would still be American blended whiskey, all right? Wouldn't matter. Hello, Hector. Thanks for watching. All right, so we got a little bit. Let's go on with the appearance. I only need those glasses for seeing at a distance. Up close, I can't. The glasses, I'll be blinded looking through them. I don't need glasses to read or see up close. Appearance-wise, they're the same. Chestnut. I would call that chestnut, or a shade of brown. Just brown, But I like that. I like to say chestnut because I think it is a chestnut. That shade of brown. Okay. Clear, highly filtered. Price. Okay, let's look at the price. Seagram 7 Crown run you about 12. Hi, if you're lucky. Probably about $14 a bottle. And I bought the Iron Wheel for $8.99. Well, we'll check Total Wine real fast. I went close to Total Wine today, but I didn't stop there. I went by Dorgnax. I was looking for something else, and they had some of what I wanted. Well, one thing that I wanted, actually. Seagram 7. Here we go. First thing that came up. Huh? $11.99. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. That's the glass bottle like I have. What about the travel bottle? The plastic. No, they don't sell it. Oh, no, they don't sell it there. Well, a lot of stores do sell it. $17.99 for the handle. It's actually cheaper. That's a good price at Total Wine this day and age. So Seagram's is actually about the same price as Iron Wheel if you buy the handle. Now, if you buy the regular size bottles, it's going to be about $2 more. All right, Hector says, it's funny about my package and not sure how it ended up in a facility in Atlanta, Georgia. Hope it gets to you or back to me. Who knows with these companies, Hector? I mean, it's Dr. Dave sent me a package and he had to go through torment to see if it ever showed up here. It did finally, but it seemed like it wasn't going to. Paul Cardina says, you some Iron Wheel, Ron. I got to try some. No, it might appear that way, but that is not the case. I'll explain it real fast. I don't love Iron Wheel. I'm just doing the tournament. I brought in Iron Wheel and did a solo review. So I put it in competition against every other American blended whiskey that I owned. This is the last one at this time. I mean, I plan to buy more in the future. Starting to run out of choices, but I'll scavenge some up. But the thing about it, then I'm gonna move on to something else. Okay, so it's not about loving it. What's your opinion on Canadian Club? Well, I do love that one. I think it's pretty good. It used to be age 6 years. Unfortunately, it's only age 5 now. Why they dropped it? Because it was cheaper. Time is money. All my Canadian Club is gone. I still have some of the Canadian Club 12-year age, the limited edition. That's really nice. Okay, here we go. I really want to get on that Crown Royal apple sooner than later. I want to get to it. I got 4 liqueurs in my freezer. I want to get to those things. Last week on Fandango Friday, I did the Pinnacle limited edition pumpkin spice vodka. Very nice product. I got it for the greatest deal on earth. This week, I'm going to torture myself by doing the Caliber so-called spice rum. I say so-called rum because it's really imitation rum. It's a fiasco. Luckily, I only paid $5.96 for it, which was about $5 too expensive. Then the following week, I'll try to do the Jägermeister Scharf, which to me is a big failure. That's probably why they had it on super discount because, I mean, they make this big thing about it on their website, which is very impressive. And I was reading, I was like, man, I can't wait to try it. And it tastes like root beer. I said, oh no. Maybe root beer is made with those same spices. I don't know, but it sure was a disappointment. He says, cheers, brother. Cheers back to you. Okay, so this smells like standard whiskey. You get, and I'm going to keep saying it, so it's going to sound redundant. It is redundant because they have a tendency to taste one like the other, meaning you get sugar, vanilla, more vanilla, really. Vanilla, oak, oak barrels, a little honeysuckle nectar. So you just get a standard aroma. Here, I like mixing rum and coke with ice and some lime, says Paul. I think that's a common thing that people do. Mainstream type thing, nothing wrong with it. There's the same aromas here, but they're much less. There's less of it. That's making me think it's the iron wheel. It's just not a lot of interesting flavor. There's not a lot of flavor. Let's go with the taste. Cheers. Which one of these is more enjoyable? Oh, lime juice. Well, I'm trying to figure that out right now, Paul. Get the vanilla, the charred oak, the cereal grain, mainly corn, but there's a little barley in there, like malt whiskey, like a sort of bread. It's got a creamy texture to it, a creamy mouthfeel. See, this one has all that, but it's not enough of it. And then I'm getting that grain spirits coming through, just like filler. I mean, let's be honest, that's what that is in a blended whiskey, the filler, the 80% filler. Whether it's Canadian or Irish or Scotch or American, they're going to use filler. But when I say filler, I mean grain whiskey. Cereal grains, usually corn, distilled, clear, odorless, colorless. The flavor's coming from the malt whiskey. In the United States, the flavor will be coming from the bourbon whiskey, straight bourbon. Straight bourbon. Okay. So why does the one in my left hand have more flavor? I think they're using a better straight bourbon, a more exciting straight bourbon. Now, what does Diageo own? Not Wild Turkey. That's owned by Campari. How about Bullet? Bullet is a Diageo brand. But also we have to consider the fact that MGP, Midwest Grain Products, produces a whole bunch of different straight bourbons to sell to independent bottlers or even like liquor store chains that want to make a private label brand, stuff like that. So they could just be taking some of those aged at least 4 years. There's no age statement on this, so got to be at least 4 years old, and using it for Seagram 7 Crown. You know what I'm saying? Their own straight bourbon brand that's not necessarily a brand that you buy at the store. See, I love those creamy vanilla notes, Big Ron, says Paul. I like them too. So I'm saying this is the Seagram 7 Crown, and it's a lot better. Although it's not really that much more expensive now that I've done the research. Maybe in this town it's more expensive. All right. And it is the Seagrams. Got it right. I knew it. I knew it. Iron Wheel bad. No, it isn't bad. But it does not have enough flavor to really compete with about half of what I have. Half of the blended whiskeys I have a better flavor. I never said this had a bad flavor. I said it didn't have much flavor. So it's a little, it's dull, it's bland. Got a pretty package, pretty label and everything, but I can't sip the label. But if you see it for $8.99, yeah, buy it. What the heck? $9.99, I'd still buy it. Oh, $10.99, I would start to. I'd step back from that. You say, well, $10.99 is so cheap for whiskey. I know that's what, but see what I'm saying? Let's look at it in the right context. Because for $11.99, you could buy a Seagram 7 Crown at Total Wine, and it's going to kill. And it's not even funny. It's not even a contest. And I told you this earlier when I did the other taste challenges, that there's no way it can win. It cannot win. It cannot happen. And it did not happen, and it would not happen. So Iron Wheel has no chance against 7 Crown. And if I did this contest, if I replicated it 10 more days, it would not win. So if you say, what's the best American blended whiskey you ever had? I'm going to always say the same thing. I'm going to say Seagram 7 Crown. It's got the rich bourbon flavor. It's smooth as silk. It goes down easy. It's super mixable. It's easy going. It has good flavors. There's no whatsoever, and the price is good. I mean, you can get a whole handle for less than $20. And hey, it is the winner. So the rest do not compete. They just don't. Although the rest are fine, I guess, in their own way. They're fine. Okay, so last comments, and I'm going to call my father back. Jason Cleveland out in the Great Northwest says Seagram's is a very reliable product and used to be a good value before this JB inflation. Yeah, tell me about it. Um, yeah, I can remember some stores had Seagram 7 Crown for $7.99 on sale. 2017. I mean, that was rare. It did not happen common. But yeah, still for $11.99. But your deal. Remember the deal. Don't pay $11.99. Don't pay $11.99 when you get the whole handle for $17.99. Coming out much cheaper per ounce. Much cheaper. So, next week on my alternative channel, Anti-War, I'm going to do another mix-up. And I'm going to have Nikolai vodka, premium vodka with premium liqueur. It's a combo product. Premium vodka with premium liqueur. I got it for $8.99 a handle. I'm going to do Nikolai in collaboration with Dr. Pepper made with real sugar. That's the name of the product. It's called Dr. Pepper made with real sugar. Never thought I'd see it, but I found it. Never thought I'd see it, but there it was on the shelf, and I said, woof, there we go. So, and it is about 20 times better than the regular Dr. Pepper. Believe me, it'll change your whole viewpoint on those stinking soft drinks. All right, so 7 Crown is the winner. Thanks for watching. See y'all tomorrow night, 4 at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific time, PM, for Fandango Friday. Any liquor or liqueur. And if you want to join us.